Hi, it's Pat Gillis here, and we've had a pretty sad week here at the farm, and it causes you to kind of, you know, rethink things sometimes, I guess a little bit, I don't know. We had this horse, her name was Luna, and we only got her in February, but she kind of struck you like the sort of horse that, how would you say, has been around the block, so to speak. Like when she first got here, there was a sense, like she wasn't nervous about anything, she wasn't anything. She was just sort of almost resigned to her fate, I think you could say. Like she just sort of had that sense, well, here I am, I wonder what's in store. And we really liked her right off the hop. She seemed to know a fair bit, and she was, very kind, lovely horse. And anyway, she did have cancer. She was a gray horse, right? So I guess, what do they say? 70-80% of the older gray horses will get cancer, and she had it, but I wasn't too worried about it. Like the vets will often say that it's likely not the cancer that's going to kill them in the end, but unfortunately for Luna, it appears like that wasn't the case. So, it was so rapid how quickly this all happened. She was at a horse show just at the end of last month, and she was doing all right, and but the decline happened very quickly, and she got very sore on her left front leg. Like we thought, first it was her foot. We had it X-rayed. It wasn't in her foot, and then there was a lot of sweating and patchy sort of sweating right over her shoulder on the left side. So we had a massage therapist come out. She recommended the chiropractor. We had a chiropractor out, and then last Tuesday he came out for a second treatment for the horse, and he essentially said, "No, it's kind of above my pay grade. I think you should get a vet to look at this horse now." And we could see that she was really getting pretty sore pretty quick. And the chiropractic worked for a little bit, but within a day or so, she was right back to the same thing, and then again deteriorating one more time. We called the vet, and at this point I had sort of resigned myself to the fact that she was likely going to be retired, that whatever was going on wasn't going to make her rideable anymore. But I wanted to have the vet out so that maybe we could discuss treatment plans to keep her comfortable in her retirement. But so we turned her out that morning. The vet, thankfully, came right at 9:30. She was supposed to come in the afternoon and then called to say, could I come earlier? And we said, sure, what the heck? And so she came in the morning. And when we went out to get Luna, oh my gosh, she was in such pain. She was shaking. Like it was raining a little bit, and it was a bit cool-ish, but we wrapped her up. We couldn't get her to stop shaking. Her heart rate was almost 100. I think it was at 96 beats a minute. And we just made the decision right away that we had to put her down. So it was quite a shock, really. And of course, during this happens during camp for us. Like we've got a lot of kids here, and I guess that's part of what I'm thinking about tonight. Is that in a lot of ways, it's not a bad thing. I think for kids to see what can happen and sort of the realities of life, if it's explained to them in a respectful way. That we put Luna to sleep to end her suffering, not because we didn't care for her. And they all wrote these beautiful little notes and cards and letters, and they decorated her stall, and it's quite touching. And one of the things that I think was is it's funny, like how we didn't have her that long, and yet how many people she affected. Like there was a lot of people here that she was really kind of a bit of a favorite of. And I like to think, that she started to feel safe here, that maybe, I don't know how horses would know that, but that this was going to be her final home. And I always hope that a horse like that will realize that how much she was appreciated, how special we thought she was, and how much everybody loved her. And it was a short time, but I'm glad she ended her time with us. Anyway, remember to thank your horse. We'll talk to you next week. Cheers.